Look who it is. It's Miniman back from his travels. The last time we spoke, he was finally at peace after I imprisoned the black dragon that killed his family. Shortly after, he received a message from the universe that told him about his long-lost relatives, so he went on a journey to find them. He endured blistering winds and scorching deserts. He climbed the highest bloody room of the tallest bloody tower, and what does he find? Nothing. As he reached the end of his journey, he realized the message wasn't from the universe. It was sent by the black dragon's son. It was the baby dragon's cruel way to get revenge for his father. The idea of Miniman having a family again has been given and taken away from him in one fell swoop, which brought his misery and the thirst for dragon blood back. This is why he has returned. Miniman wants me to do something for him. Something very dark that could change the dragon world as we know it. This journey might start off as a tale of vengeance, but where it ends, it's beyond anything you can imagine. Miniman's actions at the end cannot be predicted. A lot is going to happen, so hold on tight to your teddy bear and join me on this journey to the very last second. I can't believe I agreed to this. Miniman wants me to kill all of the black dragon's relatives, which turns out to be exactly 100 dragons. All of this has to be done within 100 days, because that's the exact amount of time left until the anniversary of his family's passing. This mission I'm on is his gift to his family. You might be asking yourself, but why would I do this for him? It's true that Miniman and I have a brotherhood-like bond, but this is more than just a favor. This mission is about ensuring the survival of his species. Let me make a torch so you can actually see something. It feels strange being back to square one. I have already completed the first steps in our journey, collecting some basic tools. For those that don't know, this video is part of my Modern Minecraft series. In fact, this is the last episode. As you can imagine, I've gathered a lot of insane items during this series, but I don't have them anymore. I locked them away earlier today because Miniman asked me to. He made it very clear that he wanted me to start from scratch. Now I could have argued, I could have insisted on using my own stuff, but when I looked into his eyes, I saw his desperation and determination. This wasn't just about avenging his family, this was about understanding the pain of losing everything. So I locked away all my stuff, stripped myself of every advantage I had, because this isn't just about killing dragons, it's about sharing Miniman's pain and trying to understand his need for revenge. And if that means starting from zero, well, I guess that's the price I have to pay. Except for my levels, I decided to keep that. I'm glad I found these cantaloupes. I've been low on hearts for a while now. The next steps in our journey, getting more food and some iron equipment. I definitely need to get better armor. With this setup I have now, even creepers are a huge threat. We can't forget that besides the dragons, there are many other deadly creatures around. Okay, we got the iron smelting. While iron armor won't do much against dragon attacks, it's definitely better than nothing. Once the pork chops are cooked, it's time to venture out and explore. We're making decent progress. With my additional iron ingots, I made a shield, a bucket, and a shear, all of which will be crucial tools. On the food front, we're doing pretty well too. We've got a steady supply of meat and even some chili peppers that I found in this open field. It's also crucial to keep an eye out for a village nearby. We're going to need those hay bales for later. There's something almost surreal about starting fresh, especially when you've been invincible for so long. It reminds you how deadly this world can be. I'll actually have to come up with multiple strategies on how to slay the dragons now that I don't have my insanely strong items. Perfect timing. The first of hopefully many villages we're going to discover. First of all, let's get the hay bales. This will probably be our main food source throughout this mission. This is kind of slow by hand. Let me get a hoe. Let's get a cheap one. It'll do the trick just fine. Oh yeah, that's much better. It finally stopped raining, although I actually kind of enjoyed the rain. I spent the rest of day one trading with my long-nosed friends here to get as many arrows as I possibly could. It's a beautiful new day. I gathered some last resources at the village and went on my way. There's a graveyard over here which might have some useful loot. Let's see what we got. My inventory is so full and I somehow need all of it. I need to make a backpack as soon as I can. The only good thing I got was iron boots with the Frostwalker enchantment. I also got some cobwebs, but I don't know what I'd use that for. In the early days, I'm gonna make sure to check out all the structures I find. At this point, any loot is going to be useful. If these cows drop enough leather, we could craft a backpack, which we desperately need. There are so many cows and sheep here. With that, I have enough leather and wool for the smallest backpack. All I'm missing is a string. If only I had a cobweb. This is not a good situation to be in. I got the string, but I am being hunted by ghosts now. They are relentless. The water makes it pretty easy to kill them. Alright, let's get back on track. All these little distractions compound compound over time. We have to stay focused on our objective of hunting down the Black Dragon's entire bloodline. To be honest, I'm kind of wrestling with the thought of erasing an entire lineage of dragons, but I'd hate to disappoint Miniman. I mean, he's already on edge. I don't want to find out what he'll do if I defied him. Don't get me wrong, in a 1v1, I'd beat him, but that man is smart and resourceful. He'll do things you'd never see coming. On day 3, I found myself inside a cave system. It looked epic, but I did swallow some water every once in a while. It was all worth it though, as I found a lot of different ores, including diamonds. I found diamonds, but I don't have an iron pickaxe. In a big cave like this, there will be iron. Today is the only day I want to use for mining. In this venture, I won't have the time to spend my days the way you'd expect in a usual 100-day Minecraft journey. I can't go build a big base or get incredibly rare items. Each tick of the clock is a reminder of my mission. I need to slay a dragon every single day. Each sunset that passes without a dragon's death becomes a mounting debt. Another day I'll need to make up for. After mining all of the diamond, iron and gold ores in this underwater cave, I also managed to find some lava. And with that, we've unlocked flaming arrows, if you know what I mean. As soon as day 4 was here, I broke out of the cave. I'm already 3 dragons behind, so let's start the search for dragons. I literally found nothing the entire day. That makes it 4 dragon deaths I have to catch up to. No one said this was gonna be easy. Our first dragon fight will be a massive test of strategy and luck. I don't think I quite realize how hard this mission is going to be. Killing dragons at the beginning is hard. I can't just walk up to a dragon and smack it. Time to upgrade our backpack. I have a feeling we're going to collect a lot of items in these 100 days. This upgrade definitely helped. What is that? A sign? What does it say? Oh, okay. I think we should follow the sign and go this way. This seems to be a villager outpost. If only one of them was related to Miniman, maybe I wouldn't be on this mission. Miniman wouldn't be so alone. As I'm on a mission to keep you villagers alive, I'm gonna allow myself to take your stuff. Along the way, I will pick up any cows and sheep I can find. Leather and wool are important for crafting and upgrading backpacks. There's a mineshaft below us. Can't hurt to check it out. You know what would be cool? If somewhere out there was a mineshaft that was still in use. I think villagers mining and riding around in minecarts, that would be a sight to see. We got some iron, a name tag and lapis in here. That makes me think that we should go for some enchantments. I know I'd end up spending more days equipping myself, but I think that'll help me in the long run. Okay, it's settled. I'm going to make myself an insane bow. It's really the ultimate weapon against dragons. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up with the dragon kills, but I have to try. So that's what I did. I spent the next couple of days gathering items to improve my gear, but there was a slight hiccup. Apparently I can't use the enchantment table. I have no idea what's happening. Is it glitching? Is it a bug? In any case, I wasn't able to use the enchantment table. After walking around brainstorming ways to get around this, I stumbled upon a skeleton spawner, which reminded me of skeleton dungeons. If I find a skeleton dungeon, I would hit the jackpot, because those have insane loot, especially for bows. Finding one should be my next step. On my way searching for the skeleton dungeon, I ran into this guy. What are the chances I run into a troll? Might as well take it out and maybe we'll get its weapon. They do about 17 attack damage if I remember correctly. That's a lot of damage. This weapon is huge, but it's also pretty slow. Okay, enough time spent down here. Let's make our way up. What do we have here? A Ferris Rotnut. This man can easily one-shot me, so I'll leave the big guy in peace. A zombie with a sword. That's new. Wait, how come I can't hit it? Does he have like an invisible shield? Oh damn, I'm getting kind of low here. Alright, I guess the troll's weapon doesn't work in my hands. Almost died to a zombie. That would have been an embarrassing end to the series. Don't worry, the actual ending is pretty epic, I hope. Just stick around to the end to find out. Finally back out in the open. Before we go after the dragons, I'm going to search for that skeleton dungeon. Also, don't mind the world generation. It's pretty cursed. You'll notice that throughout the video it gets worse. Of course there is a siren on that ice mountain, that makes sense. Don't judge my aim based on this, alright? It's pretty hard to hit them when you keep bouncing up and down. You know what, there's an easy solution for this. Just make myself some earplugs, then we can't hear the siren singing and we're free. This is what I have so far. Not a bad start. My Frostwalker boots fit right into this biome. The Frostwalker enchantment turns out to be really useful. I've actually never used it before. It looks like there's an ice dragon up ahead. Oh, that's just its skeleton. As day 6 is coming to an end, we're going to go underground again to find that skeleton dungeon. We are already 6 dragons behind. This is going to be tough. These massive caves are everywhere. Some more diamonds over on that side. Diamond armor won't do much against dragons, but it will protect me against other smaller mobs. Got enough for some leggings. There wasn't any dungeon in the cave, so I'm gonna wander out a little further and look for one there. Being on this journey through deserts and getting my cheeks frozen in this snowstorm, I kind of get what Miniman had to go through, and he did it all for nothing. But still, killing an entire bloodline, it's better I don't think too deep about about my mission and just execute it. Finally some shelter. A nice little hut and a Gorgon temple. I'll choose the hut, it has more friendly inhabitants. I had to fight the urge to take a nap in here because I need to keep moving. I decided to make a short run to the nether because instead of upgrading a regular bow, why not go for the dragon bow? It's so much stronger and it will help me take down dragons even faster. To craft it I need dragon bones, which we got earlier from that ice dragon skeleton, and we'll need a wither bone. So my next objective is finding another fortress. On my way to the fortress I ran into a hoglin which dropped me the last piece of leather I needed to upgrade my backpack one more time. This is now the largest backpack size. Finally got some space in here. Afterwards I ran into a couple of ghasts. I destroyed them with ease. The ghast led me to a bastion which I very carefully looted. It was the first chest with some decent loot. On day 8 I finally found a nether fortress. I blocked off the blaze spawners because for the first time that's actually not what I'm here for. I'm here for these boys. And I got exactly one wither bone. That's enough to craft the dragon bone bow. On my way out I found another black thing and I killed it for another wither bone. This one I'll use for the dragon bone arrows. With that done I made my way back to the portal and back into the overworld. Thanks for your hospitality. Should we go into the Gorgon temple? If we get a Gorgon head we could turn a dragon into stone instantly, which would count as a kill. Okay, let's do it. Before we go in, I have to of course make myself a blindfold. One look of that Gorgon is enough to turn you into a stone statue without this blindfold on. Time to open the gates to the dark world beneath us. Oh, was waiting for us. That poison is so strong. I sometimes forget how weak my armor is now. It's so dark, I don't know where he is. It appears that she can't leave the Gorgon temple. That's good to know. Alright, so we got a Gorgon head now. We're just gonna dig straight down from here and look for that skeleton dungeon. The map is showing me an ice dragon cavern. That might be our first victim. I need to get closer to it to identify which member of the black dragon's family it is. No way there are 2 trolls down here. That's incredibly rare. I mean, I'll take it. I probably won't be using their stuff, but it can't hurt to have them. Never knew you could kill them just like an enderman. Hide under a 3-block tall wall and you're good. I'm using lava to speed this along. It's almost day 10, which means I have to catch up to at least 9 kills. That is a big amount. Now that I'm done with the trolls, let's mark this cavern with a waystone so we can return to it later. This waystone lets me teleport back here. I spent the rest of day 9 searching for a skeleton dungeon, which I finally managed to do about 1,000 blocks away. It's now officially day 10, and without wasting a second I went in to loot this dungeon. I got shot and poisoned, but I looted the entire thing and I actually got everything I needed. This dungeon had insane loot, like actually insane loot. One thing I need to craft is a disenchanter. This block is pure magic. This allows me to create a godly dragon bone bow. At least we found a use for the enchantment table. This block gives me the ability to take enchantments from items and transfer them onto books. I've had this mod in my mod pack for a long time. Never thought it would be this important to me at some point. Having all of these insane enchantments on these books, I can now smack them onto my bow. It's like I never locked away my old OP bow. This one is almost identical. Now let's kill some dragons. We're at a new ice dragon cavern, which was near the skeleton dungeon. I don't know how this is going to play out. It might be the end before we even started. The key thing here is to spam it with my bow and to not let it hit me with its ice attacks. 2 hits, that's all it takes to kill me. I'm preparing my battle station. Are you ready? Let's go. This bow is just too damn good. This actually gives me some hope that we actually might complete this mission. I'd love to tell Miniman this news, but I don't have a phone and he doesn't have arms available to use a phone. Our first dragon has fallen on day 11. It looks like I'll have to kill multiple dragons every day for the foreseeable future. Before we do anything, I'm going to upgrade my armor using the dragon scales. We also have 2 dragon eggs, which might become really useful in a couple days. So many mobs are in this cavern. You could actually build a decent mob farm in here. I've also looted all these chests. And well, they had the usual stuff in them. How is it that the closest deaths I've had all came from regular mobs and not the big ones like dragons? I've got a feeling that's about to change. I locked myself in and started to upgrade my equipment, starting with hatching a dragon. It would help us travel the world much quicker, but it's gonna take a while until I can actually fly with it. You can only ride the dragon once it's stage 3, and it takes a while for it to reach that stage. While the egg is hatching, I'll create a new set of armor made out of dragon scales. I'm also going to add the frostwalker back to the boots, because that turned out to be pretty useful for ocean travel. I also managed to add protection 3 on the chestplate. That's a decent set of armor I have now. While waiting for the egg to hatch, I sorted my items and prepared myself for future dragon fights. After it finally hatched, I named it Dansan, which is Japanese for separator. This little guy is going to separate limbs from bodies soon enough. Now let's teleport back to the waystone at the other ice dragon. I'm going to use the same tactic as before. The punch enchantment would be really useful right now. I'm glad I made that new armor. It allows me to tank a little more damage from dragons. That's 2 dragons down on day 11. I hope this mission continues like this. Only 98 dragons to go. What have I gotten myself into? It's all for Miniman, can't forget that. Another dragon egg. I'll store them safely in my backpack. No idea what I'm going to do with them yet. After looting all the chests, I made my way out of the cave and went straight to searching for the next dragon to kill. Some dragon fights that are about to come are insane. I can't tell you what happens, but yeah, just watch for yourself. I believe we found all dragons in this biome, so let's move on to another one. Might have to cross the ocean. Should we aggro the Frostmaw? Haven't seen one of them in a while. Okay, it's definitely mad now. Dodge that one. That freeze attack is quite good. Damn, that was fast. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's keep it moving. I shouldn't have aggroed it. That's a sea serpent, and that means it's time to turn around. I kept on traveling the ocean until day 12 arrived. As I mentioned earlier, the world generation is broken, but I probably didn't say how bad it actually is. That's some cursed terrain generation. Anyway, I started to use the pie chart to locate dragons. If you're unfamiliar with this technique, I explained it in a previous episode. You sneaky bugger, these guys always try to steal my stuff. I think it's better we get out of this biome. Nice, we got some more clean world generation. Wow, I've actually traveled the entire day without finding a single dragon. My hopes keep getting crushed here. I guess that's how Miniman felt. Before we travel on the ocean again, we gotta get rid of the sea serpent. Even with dragon scale armor on, they can still rip me to shreds pretty easily. Where is it at? Well, I feel like it tried to do a jump scare. That jumping power is something else. On land, you're in my territory. Okay, let's get back to the search for dragons. Day 12 is about to be over and the dragon kill count is still at 2, so we got 10 kills to catch up to. This mission is insane. Are you serious? Well, thanks for that. That's a good looking ruined portal. Some gold is always good. Can always use them to make golden apples. These zombies are actually following me on my ice path. Access is not granted for you. Instead of sliding into DMs, he slid into lava. Alright, let's keep moving. And we gotta make sure to avoid that. It's day 13 and we start the day with a traditional Minecraft island. It can't get more blocky than that. Oh, there's a village on it. These guys probably never suffered a dragon attack, which is good. I'll grab some resources and keep moving. If I keep getting so much stuff, I might have to get a second backpack. We get a horse here. Until I can fly with Dansan, I'll use Ronnie. That's what I named it. Ronnie is pretty fast. We got a good one. Let's slap some armor on there and we're good to go. This should speed things up. Still nothing showing up on the pie chart. Another trick from a previous episode is the compost X-ray. You dig down a little, hop into the composter and drop gravel on yourself. Now you have a nice view of the underground world. The pie chart is telling me that there is a fire dragon near me somewhere, but I can't quite spot it yet. I believe I'm at the right location now. I'm going to check this cave, but first I'll chain Ronnie up so he stays here like a good boy. That fire dragon is right below us. My best play is to get down to around Y level 25 and I got to be on the other side of the dragon. This gives me enough space between me and the dragon, so in case it starts to attack, I have some time to react. Although it is a male dragon which won't drop any eggs. Might as well kill it with the Gorgon head we got earlier. Just turned a stage 5 dragon into some cobblestone. That's what I call true power. By the way, if you're wondering how I could tell that it's a male dragon, you can see it on its wings. If a dragon has spots or some colorful patterns on their wings, they are male. If they don't, they're female. Pretty simple. We're on day 14 with 3 kills. We're getting somewhere, very slowly, but we're making progress. I've missed this, just traveling around the world finding new stuff. What you're seeing right now was recorded on the PandAce SMP, which was my server that players could join, but it has been shut down. And this is the last episode. The Crying Obsidian looks sick with this shader on. If everything goes well, the new server server could drop in October, but that's not a fixed release date yet. Dude, why do I keep placing torches on accident? Until the new server drops, if you've been wanting to get your own server, consider bicyclosing. If you use the link in the description with the promo code PandAce, it will get you 25% off, and by using it, you'll also support the PandAce SMP, as the commissions I get from referring you will help cover the server costs. It's not easy getting around with Ronnie in this dense forest. I think I'm gonna have to leave him here for now. Thank you for your service, Ronnie. After running around for a while, the Hydras has picked up another fire dragon, and there it is. I believe that's Olga. Dragons have weird names. Have you ever thought about how we players make a big deal about playing in hardcore mode, but when you look at every mob in this game, I mean, they're all playing in hardcore mode all the time. Once they die, they're just gone forever. When we get killed, we get spectator mode. When they get killed, they get eternal darkness. Sucks to be you. Olga is right in front of us, so let's not waste any time and erase her from existence. That could have ended badly if it took a bit longer to kill her. Dragon number 4 down. Quick quiz, what gender is this dragon? It has no spots or patterns, which means it's a female. I guess me calling her Olga was the first clue. Another egg to add to the collection. We're still 10 kills behind schedule. I guess my current strategy is working, but not fast enough. I'm going to continue to search and kill dragons while thinking of a new strategy. I need to find a way to kill multiple dragons every day. I ended up killing another dragon on day 14. It turned out to be my best day yet. After placing an annoying amount of torches and looting the dragon, I continued with the mission. I went on to kill a couple more dragons over the next few days. Along the way I found a Cyclops cave, which was abandoned, and it had meat and bones inside. I used them to craft dragon meal and used that to make dance and grow a bit. Then I went back to killing dragons. We're now on day 20 and I've killed 15 dragons. We're catching up. For me to complete this mission though, I need to move even faster, which is why I made some more dragon meal to speed up Dance's growing. Later that night I found a burning mansion. What the hell is going on here? The entire inside is just gone. I don't see any lava anywhere. I'm so confused. Who set this on fire? Was it lightning? I guess we'll never know. There are no dragons nearby, so it couldn't have been a dragon. Well, that's it for the mansion. Can you guess what kind of dragon is here? Yup, there is an ice dragon right down here. Cursed world generation can sometimes also be a good thing. I guess we'll get right to it. I kind of lost a fear for dragons, which is dangerous because they can still do a lot of damage if they get to you. But as long as you keep them at a distance, it's not a problem. We've now erased Blobby from the Black Dragon's bloodline. That makes it 16 kills in 21 days. We got a nice access to the mineshaft. Might as well check it out. Creepers appear a lot in these mineshafts. Always got to watch your back around here. Ooh, if it blew up the TNT minecart, I would have been dead instantly. Burn, my man, burn. Oh, I didn't see that water. Let's put the minecart to use. Watch this. And boom. Yeah, all the green guys are gone, including the goblin, which wasn't supposed to happen. This mineshaft has some pretty decent loot. My backpack is already full. I have all the items needed for another large backpack, so why not make it? Now we have plenty of space for any new items. It seems I've run into a pillager outpost. Me and Golem are quickly gonna take them out. I need to get some milk later to get rid of the bad omen effect. It's been an honor fighting with you, Golem. Another ice dragon revealed. I'm kind of liking this cursed terrain. It's growing on me. This will be kill number 17, I believe. Unless I die, of course. Rudy is quite big, but he still can't handle the heat of this bow. After rubbing his belly a little bit, all the goodies will come out. The whole zombie gang is coming after me. Good time to use the new lava I got earlier. Since my armor is very low on durability, I'm going to make a new one. I'll also transfer over the enchantments. On day 22, I stumbled upon another village, and I accidentally started a raid. I forgot that I still had the bad omen. I just went with it and fought the raid. I didn't fight it alone though. I went to war with all the villager guards by my side, and also an amphitheater for some reason. I had to be careful not to hit the guards, or they probably would have attacked me too. After a few rounds, no guards were left. The pillagers kept on coming. I wanted to leave, but since I'm on a mission to restore the balance in this world and keep the villagers safe, it would be counterproductive to leave this raid going like this. So I went to work and slaughtered every last one of them. I even got a couple totems. After the raid, I continued the hunt for dragons, and every once in a while I fed Danson some dragon meal until she eventually reached stage 3. I was now finally able to fly around, which made the whole process of finding dragons so much faster. I averaged 2 dragon kills a day for quite some time. Then I thought to myself, why limit myself to the tools I have now? Why not go for some dragon steel? I had all the necessary resources, or at least I could get them easily. I turned most of the dragon scales I've collected into dragon forge blocks. It was day 30 when I built the dragon forge. I chose the ice variant as most of the dragon scales I had were from ice dragons. Every male ice dragon I killed, I drained for blood. Eventually I made myself an almost complete ice dragon steel set. At this point I have perfected this routine for finding and killing dragons. I found them left and right. To keep this entertaining, I'm going to show you the best kill. Are you still holding on to your teddy bear? Because it's about to be wild. I've never seen this kind of cavern generation. The entire floor was replaced by a boiling lake of lava. The dragon was lucky it's a fire dragon, otherwise it would have died without me having to lift a finger. I took Blaze the green dragon on and let him disappear in the lava lake. Fast forward to day 77. You've seen me kill a ton of dragons in this series, and now we're about to kill the last one. We have 99 kills so far. This is the kill we need to complete this mission, and we could actually do it with 23 days to spare. Before we end an entire bloodline of dragons, this video took a lot of effort, so if you do end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing. Our next goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers so we can claim that silver play button. Now let's complete this mission and see how Miniman will react to it at the end when I tell him that it's done. Alright. Here we go. So that's 100 dragons slain inside 100 days. I gotta be honest with you, as that last dragon's roar faded away into silence, I felt kind of empty. Was this the right thing to do? I started to ask myself, are we the heroes of this story? Or did we just become the villains? Anyway, what's done is done. After slaying this dragon, the last of its lineage, the last member of the Black Dragon's family, there's only one thing left to do. I walked up to Miniman. I let the silence linger for a moment before finally breaking it. It's done, I said. And as for the compensation, consider it unnecessary. I don't wish to profit from this mission. Miniman just lets out a... As I turned to leave, he stopped me with an unsettling demand to hand over the Dragon Eggs, the last generation of the Black Dragon's bloodline. In his eyes, the destruction of the eggs was the key to preventing the Black Dragon's lineage from spawning any more havoc. The thought of eradication disturbed me deeply. No creature deserves such a fate. No bloodline should be sentenced to oblivion. Miniman, however, was not a man to be denied. He vowed to wage war against me if I didn't give him the eggs, breaking our once unshakable bond. Yet my decision was just as firm as his. So war it is. He managed to recruit soldiers from hundreds of villages, all living in terror of dragons, with a desire for vengeance. Meanwhile, I worked tirelessly, nurturing the dragon hatchlings to rise in defense of their lineage. When the dust finally settled, only one villager stood among the fallen. Miniman. With no other choice left, I had Miniman locked away. A necessary act to protect the dragons, the villagers, and even Miniman himself. As I left his prison cell, his voice echoed behind me. I will return, and I will one day wipe the Black Dragon's bloodline from existence.